What's going on, guys? I guess for the 2020 season, I got a new kayak, which is the Wilderness Systems Radar 115, and I really like it. I'm sitting here fishing a little bit too, so don't mind me if I'm looking at rods and whatnot. But anyway, so I figured I would take y'all through the Wilderness Systems kayak Radar 115 real quick and just kind of give you all some of my thoughts about it, what I like, what I don't like, what I think they did really good, what could be done better, etc., etc. So I think I'll probably start at the front of the kayak real quick. And I have to say, this is a beautiful kayak. Like, it just looks really, really good. So front of the kayak, I'm gonna say front hatch, fine. It's a little small, works. This right here is one of the coolest things on this. So basically what you have is, this is a pod that's designed for your sonar, and you can put everything that you need in here in the sonar. And basically it's just made to where you don't have to drill or do anything like that, which is, to me, is really awesome. One of my favorite things about this is sliding foot pegs, always comfortable no matter what. The absolute best thing in any kayak is these slide tracks, as long as you don't break your finger in them, which I've had happen. But you can put so many accessories on these and they're absolutely amazing. This is, if your kayak doesn't have this, you are missing out, just saying. So one other feature I'm not using currently, but it is pretty neat, is right here. It has a pedal system where there's a propeller that goes underneath and will propel you. It says it'll take you at 6 miles per hour, which is crazy fast. I couldn't imagine going that fast offshore or something, you know, which I would love to do that. So I'm gonna take y'all over here real quick to my slide tracks on the other side, and I've got my rod holders, and these are actually super sturdy. Like, yeah, the rod's moving a little bit, but those are actually really, really, really sturdy. So I'm gonna go to this hatch real quick, and I'm not that big of a fan if this hatch is a little bit small. From where I have the seat, I can't actually get into it, but it's just a little bit small for me, which that's fine. I'm gonna talk about the seat real quick. I don't know where this thing came from. Air Pro Max. Anyway, this thing right here is like a Rolls Royce of kayak seating. I absolutely love this thing. Like, I could not imagine fishing without it. It goes right here on these slide tracks and just slides right in, gets super tight. This is, I was looking at other kayaks like a Vibe kayak, and this seat was just sitting in there. It wasn't even, it was like the smallest bungee ever keeping it in. To me, that was crazy. This is way, way better. Going back to right here, maybe a little bit more room than it needs, but the cool thing about it is I can't really get this kayak to the water without wheels. So I got a wheel cart, and it actually goes right here perfectly, and I can fish all day without taking it back to my truck, basically. That's really cool. I'm gonna talk about one thing it doesn't have, which is molded in rod holders. And to me, that kind of sucks. It's always good to have them. They're good for trolling. It's good if you just need an extra one. They do break those, so it's not something I can't live without, you know what I mean? It'll be all right. Going back here, tons of room. I even had my kid back here at one point. But yeah, just your standard kayak in the back. The only thing I will say that I think is worth mentioning is this right here. I don't know if I can show you, but basically there's a pad that is removable so that you can drag your kayak and without hurting it. Well, it has, you can see it at the front where the plan is, it has like little gaps and stuff gets stuck in there, which to me, that's pretty stupid. That's a flaw in my opinion. They just need to fix that. Alrighty guys, well, I've been paddling this kayak for about a month now. It does really well. It goes in shallow water, holds its speed pretty well. I've been going up and down these rivers, going against current, going up rapids, going pretty much everywhere I possibly can. If you're in the market for a good kayak that you can either use just as a paddle kayak or as a pedal kayak too, then I think the Radar 115 from Wilderness Systems is a really good choice for you and one worth looking at. As I go down the river, I'm going to throw this big bull shad. I've got it on a capstan 300, 65-pound braid, and I'm actually throwing this on my catfish rod, which just shows how versatile it actually is. But as I go down, I'm going to cast up along these banks and see if I can pull a huge bass out of here. I know there's some 10, 12-pound bass in this section. All right, bull shad going out.
Big old wake on him. Going down my first little obstacle. A little scary to think that I got to get back up this later, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, here we go. Cruising. Getting out the same one that just caught that flathead, and since I got it on shad, I'm gonna send out 2 dead shad. I know everybody says they eat live bait, but they eat shad here. There's a lot of them in the river, and so that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna get this out right back in that same water. If I could get over my other line. Yeah, right about right in there. Should be good. Let's send that down. Okay. I'm gonna switch this rod spot out with where my sucker was. I had to pull him in. Get that one tight. My sucker is not looking too good, but that's okay. We'll put him out right here somewhere. Right about there. And I'm not gonna give extra line. I'm just gonna let that settle all the way back underneath me. Yeah, he just hit the bottom right there. Try to keep him a little closer to the structure. We're in. Oh yeah. I'll crank him in if he's gonna let me do it. Oh, he's getting heavy. Oh no, he's not that big. Still though, on the board, little flathead. How cool is that? And you know what's even cooler? That's on shad. Look at that little guy. Oh, he's so cute. I don't even really have him hooked very well. I'm gonna go underneath here. I think, hopefully. And then pull back up. And then I'll try to land him. Wow, he's so pretty. Hey, 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 everything's fine. I'm gonna let you go. I'm not hungry. I promise. Promise. Wow, that's super cool. But yeah, little flathead, super cool. Proves they're here. Really just a very neat little fish. It's just so neat. I didn't do too much damage to him. I think he's gonna be just fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and send him all home. So here we go. Ooh, splashed me. It's cold.